Hey guys, welcome back to CoffeeCast, the tired as fuck edition.
I think it's only the TARDIS fuck edition, honestly.
Uh, yeah, the script, right, or the outline.
Oh no, I don't have it up. Wait a second,
All
I'll go
right,
grab
you
it.
can. Okay.
Gone. There it is. There we are.
Okay. Hello. I guess we
Fine.
should do the introduction stage. Okay, wait.
Oh no.
Uh, hi. I'm Jeff. As y'all probably know by now, I'm the current executive producer for Black Clover, SS Abridged, the
Fancy.
Thundercats thing, and some other possible future projects. And then I don't know. You're the
I don't know.
you're the guy that's making shit happen, making shit good. Like you're doing like full on fucking
Making
music for this episode. It's great.
yeah, it's
Hmm.
fun.
Ugh. All right. How have
How have
things
you been?
been?
How have you been?
How have I been? Oh fuck. Okay.
Oh,
I've been. I've
you've
been
been.
kind of fading in and out. Just every single time I'm like, yeah, yeah, we'll record an episode this week. I'm like, fuck.
No,
I've
no,
just
it's
been
not.
so,
Never mind.
I've just been
I,
so wiped the fuck out. Like,
yeah,
yeah.
that's how it feels.
How about you?
I've just been busy with work in the mornings, and so after since I've got up early, I've kind of just not had as much energy as normal for everything else. But
God, I've been.
I've just taken on a lot of stuff, but
uh,
all this, and then I'm also playing a tournament, an OSU tournament right now,
oh, cool.
and yeah, we just got through group stage. So
Yeah. I've been waking up at like fucking
yeah,
4 in the afternoon, so
right. See,
that's
I've had the
been.
opposite. I'm waking up at 5:30 or 5 in the morning.
Oh boy, I do not envy you.
It's only a 4 hour shift generally though, so it's not too bad.
Yeah, at least it's over soon, and then you have the rest
Yeah,
of the day to yourself.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's good. Well, not to myself because
Oh yeah,
of my family around me. So,
yeah, yeah. Me
but
too.
yeah,
Oh yeah, the fucking Black Clover Abridged. I did a remake of episodes one and
that
two.
was good.
Oh really? Did you see it?
Yeah, it was really good.
Oh, thank you. Um, episode one was especially hard to kind of rework because like
Yeah.
we had like all of these like all kinds of like weird audio problems. Like there were moments where like a character would speak and you'd hear like someone outside the recording booth like saying like
Yeah,
because
you
we
can't really clear this up very well. So
yeah.
usually the option is to re-record it, but
I mean, it's we kind of can't do that now since
yeah, obviously you can't. So sort of just
it
shove something on there, EQ it a little bit.
was
Does
it
that
was
cut it
tough,
off?
but like
Maybe.
I kind of figured it out. Like,
Cool.
um,
Yeah, no, it ended up well.
yeah, and then like also for episode one we did like we like we like recorded like the episode from like Crunchyroll, so like every so often you'll
Oh
see like a
right.
watermark pop up, and it's like, oh
Ah,
god, how do we
I
deal with
wonder where they got
this?
that from. Hmm. It's not a. It's not blatant at all. I didn't spot
Just
that when I watched it actually.
oh
So maybe that was
really?
just,
In the original,
maybe
or
that's just me not
did
being.
I miss some in the remake?
No, I didn't spot it in the original when I watched it. So
Okay, all
uh,
right,
maybe
yeah.
that's just me being really unobservant. Probably.
um, let's
Episode
see.
two.
So episode two was actually pretty solid, I found. So like my
Yeah.
my work on that was pretty minimal. I'm trying to think what I do. I just kind
Oh
of did
right, I see.
like I just kind of fix up like the scene transitions and
Okay.
I don't know. There was like maybe some other
Yeah, I
smaller
realized
stuff.
I realized I didn't actually do a side by side comparison at all, so I probably should have done that for it. But
It's okay. Um,
yeah, yeah,
oh yeah, I was kind of interested by this part. Like,
yeah,
we only say, the main character's name like I think like once or twice in the first episode, but I realized that like
yeah,
because I very vividly remember like back then, because
yeah.
the
You said,
anime hadn't come out yet, or we were kind of doing it just as the first episode of the anime came out, so
oh yeah.
we were going
Well,
off of the manga, which in like the older translation before the anime, like they called him like Aster,
all right,
like
okay,
Aster.
yeah.
I don't know. I just wrote that
I
down
did.
because I'm like, yeah, it's interesting.
I didn't realize you did it like as it was starting coming out. 'Cause that's
Well, because we spent like 6 months between episodes 1 and 2, and then a
yeah,
fucking year between 2 and 3. So
yeah. Because I'm like thinking like, wow, the actual series is ran significantly farther away.
yeah.
Let's see, episode 100 and what? Where are we? 4. Ah, I see.
Because I know something went against Entertainment, despite being kind of slow with their episodes. They're like, yeah, we're gonna abridge all of Sword Art Online, and for me, I'm like, fuck no. I
So,
am.
oh god.
We are never gonna abridge all of Black Clover. That's just
It's
no,
too much.
no, 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 no. Oh
Yeah, I
god.
mean, if you think where Witty are with
Well, I mean, Sword
Sword
Art
Art
Online
Online.
is like a seasonal anime, so like they
Yeah,
still
so
have like I
and they're even
believe
still fairly behind, which
uh
is reasonable.
I believe well yeah they're like currently on Alfheim,
They're
but
cur-
like
yeah, so
um
like they're currently still on the first season.
yeah well they're
Well,
kind of calling
we've
it the
got
second
like
season, but like
yeah, because
it's
it
the
technically it
second
kind of
arc of the first
was.
season. That
Yeah,
kind of it was very much like a
it
weird
feels like a
kind
second
of
season.
yeah definitely yeah. It's
And
it's
where
weird
are we
because
at now?
like
Well,
there is so much about the Alpha arc that I just kind of block from my memory. So
yeah,
it's just
same. I just ignore most of the first season. I just use that as like lore for the rest of it,
yeah.
and
Um,
then
well, I know that I haven't fully caught up on it, but like I know they just got past like so seasons 3 and 4 I think are like they're
yeah,
covering the Alicization novels or something,
yeah. So that
which I
they're
know is like a
currently
very long series.
yeah, it's very long, and it's just it just gets ridiculous, and it's great. Like there's just
I've seen bits and pieces of it. I
like now we've just got like freaking big Warhammer fantasy battles, and it's great.
yeah,
That's
I
all I could
really
ever ask
love
for.
the. It's like they're actually going into like the whole premise of like artificial intelligence and
Yeah,
basically like having it be so advanced to where they literally build their own society around like these rules of the video game and like
yeah,
it's kind of cool. I like it. Um. Oh yeah.
yeah.
I guess we can talk a little bit about episode
Oh, yeah.
4 now.
Episode 4. Yeah.
Yeah. I am almost done blocking out the entire thing. So that's cool.
Yay.
How far are you on that one fight scene?
Uh, just I've been having trouble with exactly what I want his each person's magic to sound like because
Oh yeah.
I should probably watch it again to
Yeah,
see,
that is
but
interesting. Like, cause
I'm
that's with
hmm,
Seki, right? And like, it's kind of weird, like bubble shield magic. It's kind of like the bronze
yeah,
shield or something. Um,
yeah, yeah. So I've settled with just putting some effects over metal, and I'm trying to make it as clangy and sort of for Asta, sorry, because he's got his
oh yeah,
big
the
George,
big
big
old
metal
sword, the
George.
big old sword.
So that just needs to be a clinky, big but also have a little bit of magical sort of thing to it. I've just put like a everything else has had phasers on it, but I think
Yeah.
I've put a rig shifter on this one, and it sort of gives it that sort of weird
Yeah, kind
unearthly
of
vibe.
otherworldly. Yeah. Yeah.
And then on top of the very real metal.
It's
So
pretty
that's sort
cool.
of plan there. Yeah, I still need to work on it. I haven't really started the music of that for that,
It
but
is strange to think of like what like the texture of like that kind of bubble would even be like. It'd be kind of
yeah,
like I imagine it being kind of glassy, but like I don't really know. It's like it's
yeah,
hard to really compare it to anything else.
yeah. I'll probably use some sort of glass shattering with something on layered over it and
Okay.
some effects. Probably the best. Though obviously I have to test it out and see.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
sometimes you
that's
just throw you throw something in and oh, this probably won't work, and there's like, oh yes it will. Yeah. Like the one of the weird things that was going on with when they're walking past the stalls in the episode 3. That's
yeah.
that that's a one of those is just the source is a whip being cracked or a whip being like something I don't know. Apparently it's a whip. That's what the file said. I didn't record this.
I've have seen
Don't own
like
a whip.
I don't know if you've seen I used to watch like a lot of like behind the scenes stuff in Pixar
Yeah,
and
yeah.
there was
That's
this
really
one thing
interesting.
for Wally where like they discussed how they did like
Oh, the lasers.
the laser shit
Oh,
sound effect where
yeah.
it's
Okay.
like they took like a metal slinky and like banged a magnet against it. It was like really
Yeah.
cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Similar to what they did for. No, it's not exactly the same as what they did for Star Wars, but just
I could definitely hear
similar
that. Yeah, I
process.
could see that.
Yeah.
Um
Star Wars they just hit a. They had like a current running through a.
yeah. Well,
I think it was a
also
wire.
like for this episode I've been kind of doing like
Yeah.
some I've been getting like a little more kind of in depth with editing. Like I've been doing like some kind of I've been getting a little more ambitious with like my visual editing. Like
That's
what I
good.
did was I tried to do some hand drawn mouth flaps for in one scene.
Oh yeah.
It's definitely pretty noticeable, but yeah, it didn't turn out super great. But you know,
Yeah.
well, I was just
Wait
kind of
for
like
yeah.
trying to match the color and um, see if I can probably just pull up the image right now to get a better
Yeah.
idea.
Imagine that's the
Yeah.
hardest part.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like because like the outline and the filling in, it's like because it's technically not quite the characters don't quite have like a black outline. It's more of like a
All right.
kind of a weird muted grayish greenish kind of look.
Yeah.
um I mean just in general, like I think it's kind of interesting how the anime kind of has more muted tones, whereas I mean I guess manga colored illustrations aren't always super
Yeah. I mean,
accurate,
I get,
but like I've definitely noticed like the
yeah.
manga is a bit more its artwork is made to pop out a lot more compared to the anime.
Yeah. And I guess that's just because obviously it doesn't have motion itself, so it needs to portray it.
Yeah, I don't know, it's weird. Like I just find like the art direction of Black Clover, especially near the beginning, is just really really jank. And I think that
Jank.
it just
That's
stands
the
in like
best word.
very stark contrast to like now that I've been reading the manga. It's like
Yeah. It's a lot more
wow,
stylized, is it?
even the more kind of boring-ish parts are actually still very easy to get through because it's like everything just kind of flows. It's like not only is the artwork very detailed and immaculate in the manga, but like it's clear that the mangaka has a very good idea on how to create that sense of flow and rhythm between his
I
panels
see.
and pages. He's not quite Horikoshi, but like
Nah.
he's quite good. Um,
Yay.
oh yeah, the new preview.
Darling, with my lightning grimoire, we could take the world by storm.
Oh yeah, the preview.
That was I Because I know that, like, I don't know if you've seen, like, the recent, like, previews that SAO Abridged does, where, like, they just kind of show off, like, the first beginning segment of their episodes.
Oh,
like,
I decided to skip it because I wanted to see it, wait for the actual one
but,
personally. But that's how I like it. But
yeah. But, like, I think for me, I'm like, oh, there's a lot of stuff here that I kind of want to be a surprise, especially if I want to premiere it. So what I did was I instead just took like a little more like out of context, kind of 2 minutes somewhere like, still like closer to the beginning, but not quite the beginning, which was, of course, the fight between Yuno and Salim. I don't know how to say his name.
I don't know. I just called him Lightning Boy. That's what he was labeled as.
It's weird because like the anime seems to bring him back a bit more, whereas he just kind of appeared in like one chapter in the manga, which is this fight with Yuno, and then just kind of dips out. So like they don't the manga doesn't really do much with him, so I have a harder time like actually looking into info about him.
Yeah, but there's plenty of characters in Black Clover. So
absolutely, like I mean, there's a lot of characters that like you kind of expect to just be like kind of background characters in the beginning, but like as they flesh out the world, like they slowly become more important. Like, for instance, the redhead lady that was in episode 3. I didn't realize at the time because basically episode 3 was when Ryan kind of handed off creative control to me. And like at the time I knew like very little about Black Clover. So I just assumed that she was a mother, but apparently she's like actually the older sister to like all these kids.
Oh.
And she's also like related to the she's somehow related to like the fucking sister complex guy who's in like the Black Bulls.
Oh.
He's got like the gray hair and like the mirror magic.
That guy.
I actually really like a lot of the Black Bull characters, but he's probably my least favorite. If I could describe him best, he's kind of like Black Clover's equivalent to Mineta from My Hero Academia.
That's very mean.
I mean, he kind of sucks, if I'm being honest. Like, the one arc that he was in was he's just so insufferable. But, yeah. Well, that arc, like, I started off, because it starts off being, like, a filler arc about him, but then, like, it kind of transitions into this bigger thing where they introduce Leet, and that's when I'm like, okay, now this is getting good.
It's not anything to do. It's not anything to do with him anymore. Thank God.
Yeah, good.
He got cut from his own arc.
Yeah, he got.
That's the only way. That's the only way we can make this good. We have to take out the one guy it's actually about.
That's how you know it's a good arc. It was like during the fight, like Asta was somehow mixed up in it, and like,
right,
Leet is like, oh, your anti-magic has no effect against my magic. Oh, what you gonna do? And Asta he like holds up both his magic swords, throws them both aside, then runs up and decks them. That's kind of what I like about him, is he's basically the jock version of Midoriya, where instead of relying on his intellect,
Midoriya,
it's instead he's like it's more about just his like brute strength that he's built up over because like the whole thing is, even in the beginning, he's like fucking working out every day and just getting shit done,
lad,
even without magic. Like, he's
the lad.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah,
Black Clover is pretty great.
Yeah,
that I've found. I also really like I think Finral is a character I've really grown to love. He kind of starts off as like he's like the dude who's like the ladies' man. He's like always hitting on girls, but like when they kind of get more into fleshing him out more, he's basically Yamcha, except he's actually useful most of the time.
Oh, I see.
Like I fucking love his portal magic. It's so cool. And it's also, when they get to this backstory, it's like, oh, it kind of makes sense.
always-
This is a guy that like runs away from his problems. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, they always make it work out that way.
Oh,
That's good.
Yeah. All right. I guess now we're just kind of talking about manga and anime. I don't know. Is there anything else you've been watching recently?
I've been watching most of the stuff that's come out this season. We'll have a quick look.
Oh.
I mean, we just go through plenty of sequels. Plenty of trash as well. Funnily enough, most of my friends have fairly trashy taste. So I, not that badly, but they're aware. Like
I've been meaning to watch the fucking BNA, the Animal Girl Trigger.
Oh
thing.
yeah.
That looks really fucking good.
Yeah, it looks. I haven't got around to it yet, unfortunately. I just didn't start it when it started coming out, and then when that happens, I just sort of don't quite. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, did you see Star Trek Lower Decks?
No, I don't watch very much Star Trek.
It's like this new it's like this new adult cartoon version. It's supposed to be a spin-off, but it's made by like the guys that did Rick and Morty. And it's
okay.
It's not great. Like they just released the first episode and it's not very good. Like Rick and Morty and Star Trek don't go together. It's just weird seeing, because like Star Trek is, at least to me, it's always been about kind of this optimistic take on the future.
Yeah,
and
it's very idealistic.
It's very idealistic and kind of building off the idea of a hope for a better tomorrow. And it just doesn't.
What have they done then?
It just, seeing it be turned into like this weird nihilistic comedy is kind of. Ugh.
Yeah, it doesn't quite work.
It just feels gross, and like, I mean, and just like the writing and production quality is all just kind of subpar.
Yeah,
and even the animation is like kind of like every adult cartoon where it's like just really bland and like.
Yeah, like sometimes it works, but
well, I mean, like even Rick and Morty has like kind of like a stylized look to it. Like, Lower Decks just has like this really bland, like fucking like Brickleberry look to it.
Right, I know what you mean.
I don't know. Anything else you've been checking up on?
Oh yeah, there's that one series where it's just it's No Guns Life. If you've heard of that one, it's like
I actually haven't.
Crazy. It's basically crazy cyberpunk thing. Came out like I think it came out. I think the first season this year. But there's the second season airing right now.
Okay.
Well, I think the premise can be summed up with the protagonist has a gun for a head. That is all. It can be summed up with that, and also in the first episode, he punches a train head on.
Great.
Yeah, that's how I sold it to my. That's how I sold it to my friend, and he like binge watched like 9 episodes in like 2 days. So, it.
Oh God!
If that doesn't sell you,
and
it also deals with like. Your average like cyberpunk humanity transhumanity sort of thing of like cybernetics and
could always use more of those.
The morality. Yeah. Well, some people think that you shouldn't, but then they get punched.
I'm also current,
by our protagonist.
I'm also current on the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure manga, which is still ongoing.
Yeah.
Believe it or not.
Yeah,
it's
is that 30 years now?
Yeah, 30 years. It's currently on part 8. So, the anime adapted the first 5 parts, and then after that, it's Stone Ocean, Steel Ball Run, and then this current one is called JoJo Leon, and it takes place in like 2011, and it's so fucking weird, and I love it. It is definitely the weirdest part in the entire series, and I think it's just because it's like I think it's the first one where Araki really had like full creative freedom to just do whatever the fuck he wanted, and it's so good. So like,
I mean, if you look at what he did when he couldn't do exactly what he wanted.
because you know
Now
how
think
like,
about it.
you know how like it's like so weird and almost kind of meta. So like you know how like every JoJo protagonist has like their own kind of like, it's, you know, Jonathan, Joseph, Jotaro, Josuke. So the whole premise is the main character in Part 8 doesn't even have a fucking name because he has amnesia.
Oh boy.
So
Check that off the list.
it's like this it's like this crazy mystery premise where like that takes place in like the modern day where like he literally wakes up with no memories of a past life, but he realizes that whatever his previous life was, it was really fucking important because he's being chased down by like all kinds of, you know, fucking people that are after something. And like,
Yeah.
and so in Part 8, instead of, you know, vampires or the Pillar Men or stand users, like the main enemies are like these weird half rock, half humans. And
Half rock. I don't know how that works. Who's been?
well, they
like that,
recently
though,
got
I know
into they recently got into like kind of going more in depth on their how they came to be, and it's
Is it as weird as it sounds?
it's like it's just so it's kind of like the Pillar Men from Part 2, except they actually evolved and alongside humanity and blended in with humanity.
What?
So it's just kind of like our whole thing with lizard people, where it's like
I know. I was gonna say, is it your neighbor? Your neighbor, it may be a rock person.
well, it's strange because like they're giving like these weird implications about them because like when describing them and how they blended in, like they also show images of the stone mask, and it's like, wait,
Right.
where are they going with
wait.
this?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, they're clearly tying something back here, but
Yeah.
it's and there's just a bunch of like other wild shit, like because like I don't know if you know about like what happens in later parts, but like eventually
really,
they
no.
get into like, so I mean if you're okay with spoilers, like kind of
It's JoJo. I did. That's
okay. Well,
I don't think I'm watching it
after
for the plot exactly.
after
Or
Part
reading
6,
it for the plot.
the main villain in Part 6, by the very end, he completely fucks up the time stream. So
Oh boy.
Part 7 is like this like alternate universe version of Part 1 where, but like instead of it
Okay.
taking place in England, it takes place in America, like during like the late 1800s, but like this time it's like fucking cowboys and
Hell yeah.
cowboys and dinosaurs and all this good shit, and they take on
Wait a second. Where did dinosaurs come from? What? How much did he fuck up the time stream?
and like the main antagonist is the president, and it's and then Part 8
Is
kind
he-
of goes off of that where it just jumps like fucking hundreds of years later, and like, and it's like it's ingenious because like they take the whole amnesia premise and kind of use that as a way to kind of slowly like feed in like the stuff that happened between, like kind of filling in the gaps, and it's like so
Yeah.
also in this timeline, instead of having Jotaro, Jotaro's mom
Yeah.
gets with another man who was actually
Alright.
like originally Yoshikage Kira's father. So
All right.
she actually has, so in this universe, Yoshikage Kira is like, he's like an anti-hero, and he's like this weird stand-in for Jotaro. Well, that, and like he also has a sister who, so in this universe, Kira kind of has Jotaro's personality, but like his sister
Right.
like kind of looks more like Jotaro. But I don't know. I
Wait,
feel like
sister
I'm
looks like Jotaro?
well,
What?
she has like the hat and like the fucking.
She's the hat. She wasn't born with the hat. Anyone can have the hat.
I don't know. It's okay. I think I'm just going on. Okay. Do you want to play a game today? And I'm feeling pretty tired.
I don't mind if you're
I
not
don't.
tired enough.
I don't know.
That's fine.
I don't know if I can.
I had this fine. Yeah, no, you don't have to force yourself.
All right. Yeah. Okay. We're just gonna end it here, very abruptly. But all right.
As abrupt as everything was.
Oh
God, you're actually more tired than I am. You're right.
I'm a little delirious.
Yeah, get some rest, mate.
This is my second cup of coffee.
All right.
Okay. I'll see you around, and
yeah, see you,
maybe
mate.
we'll do another episode soon.
Yeah, hopefully
Something
we'll get some
more
more people in.
substantial. Okay.
Yeah,
Bye.
we've just been busy. Bye.
To help tackle the coronavirus pandemic, the island has produced 500 of its own
U.S. military helicopters and ships are desperately searching for 8 surface.
Come on, Allie.